Award-winning chef Frank McLelland knows how to get his hands dirty. Some of his earliest memories are of digging potatoes on his grandfather's farm in New Hampshire.
McLelland later worked at Boston's L'Espalier restaurant, then bought the place and turned it into a star that made it 4 stars from the Boston Globe and the prestigious Mobile Travel Guide, plus a James Beard Award to McLelland as Best Chef Northeast. Much of what he serves comes from his own farm, and this year he opened a second restaurant, La Brasa. Chef Frank McLelland, welcome to The Dish.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you.
I'm so excited.
And what have we got here on this table which looks fantastic?
Well, it's a little bit of maybe Thanksgiving coming to you, but the center dish is duck. It's glazed duck with a cider honey glaze. And the cider, as you said, is from my farm, along with the honey also. I'm the beekeeper on the farm, by the way.
Wow.
Are you really?
Yes,
wow.
I have many hats, and I wear a bee hat sometimes. And everyone thinks I'm crazy, along with my kids. But I love being a beekeeper. But this is a duck that is very special to me because I was raised on duck as a child, and it was my favorite dish. And I would have it.
What an interesting dish for a child.
I know. When I was 3 or 4 or 5, I would have it on my birthday.
Really?
Yeah. So then it became a family tradition. Now all my children, their favorite dish is duck.
Wow.
So
That's an achievement.
The family would have been horrified if I didn't come to New York without a duck.
I want to know what's in this pumpkin, because I love this presentation.
This is really
So the pumpkin is something we love doing at L'Espalier. We actually roll this duck out and carve it at the table at L'Espalier. But this is a small sugar pumpkin that we fill with chestnut risotto.
Wow.
To go with the duck. And then we have red cabbage, which is my great-grandmother's recipe. It's a sweet and sour red cabbage that is very dear to my heart, so I brought that along also, which goes splendid with the duck. It's perfect marriage with the sweetness of the duck and the sweet and sour of the red cabbage. And then I have something that is growing on the farm that is delicious and very sweet. The cold weather is the fava bean and the spinach ragu.
I want to ask you about your background, though, because when I look at a meal like this, it is very high level, and your background is so high level, but you were self-taught.
Yes, I was, well, self-taught. I was taught by a lot of talented people, starting with my grandmother, and then working with a lot of talented people, and traveling a lot around the world, and studying a lot. And the inspiration growing up on a farm with my grandparents really instilled something in me that drove me from going down the route of business school to, I love to cook too much. So I decided to jump in and be a cook and work 12, 15, 16 hours a day, 7 days a week for decades.
Yeah. Not an easy job. You actually moved in over your restaurant in the beginning.
Yes. At the beginning, bought the restaurant in 1988 and moved above the restaurant and didn't really have any managers. So I was the beverage wine buyer. I was the chef. I had no sous chef. I went out and bought a Mac and taught my staff how to use a computer.
You did it all yourself,
basically. And I did it all myself.
Wow.
Well, as we hand you this dish and ask for your signature on it, we want to know if you could have this delicious family meal with any person past or present. Who would that person be?
It would have to be my grandparents because they instilled all this. And they haven't seen where I've gone. And I would love to sit and cook for them and have that experience.
What's happened.
They would be very
great
proud.
idea.
Great.
Chef Frank McLelland, thank you so much.